Welcome back to Titan Table Talk. I'm Derek Bohlman. Joining me is bowler Shea Atkins. Shea, welcome to the Titan Table Talk.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
It's great to be here. It's December, a little on the cold side, but you grew up in Chicago, so you're kind of used to the cold. Is it harder to hide from the wind here or easier to hide from the wind here?
I've never really hid from it. You just wear a jacket to cover it.
There you go. Just add a little jacket there as you get that, and I go many layers. Are you one thick heavy jacket, or you go layers also?
Depends on the day. Sometimes just a heavy jacket because layers gets a little bit too warm, and I don't like fussing with a lot of clothes.
There you go. There you have it. So bowling. How did you get into bowling?
Oh, that's a story and a half right there, and I just revealed this to the coach too, and it was kind of funny. So the first time I threw a ball competitively was 3 years ago. Obviously with the start of the team. Everything before that was just like, kids' birthday parties and whatnot. The decision to join the team, though, this is going to get a lot of laughs out of people in my generation. If you remember Wii Sports.
Yeah.
I beat one of my friends really well in Wii Sports, and I was like, bro, I can do this in real life. I'm not that good. I can't.
So what was your best score in Wii Sports? Did you get a 300?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Wii Sports, they'll show you like your skill scale. Mm-hmm. My line was going like off the chart. It's not like that in real life. Let me tell you that right now.
So you had some 300s on Wii. What's your average now? Roughly.
Well, I'm in a period of transition and just
okay.
Adding new things and doing different things. So my average is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my highest was last year. I was somewhere around 150 average.
Okay.
Right now, I've only bowled in 3 competitions, so it's kind of a skewed average.
Yeah, right. You don't have enough data there to really get a full look at it. Now, right-handed?
Yes.
Okay. You got to watch on the left hand, so I was guessing you were right-handed.
Yeah.
What kind of ball do you throw? Do you throw a big hook? Do you throw a backup ball, or somewhere in between?
So that gets into like the nitty-gritty of oil patterns. Mm-hmm. When I'm throwing at practice, the lanes are pretty dry, so I can hook it pretty well. At our most recent competition, the oil was pretty long and kind of flat, so you're pretty much throwing the ball dead straight just so you have an accurate throw. But I mean, the balls that you have just kind of, you choose the correct one based on the oil that's out on the lanes. So I have a ball that goes pretty much straight and then it kind of snaps right at the end. I have a ball that kind of, it's a smooth curve as it goes down. But there's so much that goes into it. Like I couldn't tell you how I'm going to throw it one way one day and then the next day.
What would be your ideal lane conditions?
I love house pattern because that's what we practice on, and it's the pattern that I get my highest scores on, which we'll never bowl on house pattern, really. We can bowl on things close to it, but the NCAA really wants to challenge us. And that's kind of how you differentiate a good bowler from a great bowler, is being able to adapt to the different lane patterns.
So, and what is your favorite type of ball to throw?
I'm partial to Roto Grip, which they're owned by Storm, which I think also owns like Global 900 and Brunswick. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to look into that. And it's, honestly, I have no reason to be stuck on Roto Grip. I just had one really good ball that I liked from them, so I was like, okay, I guess they make good balls, and I just keep choosing them.
And what weight do you use?
15, which is max allowed for females.
Okay, cool. Now, I told you we were going to ask you some questions, and on Titan Table Talk, and this is our initial show under this name, so you're our first student on here, so you're going to be the first one answering these questions.
Oh, boy.
And as we get other student athletes on here, we're going to be asking them some of them, and these questions may change for students out there listening as we go on. We may decide what's there. But what is your favorite food or meal?
When it comes to favorite meal, I'm a big meat and potatoes person. Give me a really good steak and a baked potato, and I'm the happiest person alive.
And how do you like it cooked?
Medium. If you cook it more than that, you're incorrect. Like, I want to be able to chew it, you know?
Yeah. Just a little bit of redness in there?
A little bit to like a medium amount.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of a little juice.
There you go. And you said baked potato.
Yeah.
Now, what do you put on the baked potato? Do you do the works? You do the butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, what?
Butter, sour cream, just for the classic meal. If you're going to do a loaded baked potato, I don't know if that's like a whole other meal. You can make a meal out of it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And that. Now, there's a place in town here where I get a baked potato with my meal, and I ran out of butter and sour cream.
It's a sad potato.
Am I wrong to put barbecue sauce on it? You've never thought about that, have you? I can see the wheels spinning.
I haven't, and look, I cannot yuck somebody else's yum. So if you loved it, that's for you.
Would you put barbecue sauce on fries?
I've done it, yeah. I prefer barbecue over ketchup. So.
I am that way also. But if you think about it, baked potato, fries, they're almost the same thing.
They are potatoes.
They are potatoes. All right, let's get to the second question here. If you were not on the bowling team, if you were not bowling, what other thing might you be doing?
This is going to be the very boring and generic answer for most college kids, but I have a video game problem. I wouldn't call it a problem, but I do enjoy good video games. I have the new Xbox and the PS5.
So you'd be doing esports?
Absolutely not. I like to play good games, and you can tell them I said that. I'm not very competitive when it comes to like online gameplay.
Okay.
I prefer a good story.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying online games can't have a good story. It's
Right.
just I'm not competitive in that matter.
So what's your favorite one to play?
I grew up playing God of War, and currently there's a new God of War, if you guys are familiar. So I'm replaying the 2018 version, and I'm having a blast with it. It looks great. I can't complain.
Awesome. All right. And I know you grew up in Chicago and big city and all that. You came to Central Illinois, not quite so big city. What's your favorite thing to do in Bloomington Normal?
That's a complicated question as somebody from the city. There's not much to do here in my opinion, although I know certain people love it. I kind of have a shopping problem, so I will just kind of like scope out. There's a lot of mom and pop shops.
Okay.
And I appreciate that because, I mean, when you're big city, it's kind of harder to find those local places. So I'll give a little bit of a shout out. There's two places I want to talk about. So Lone Wolf Barbershop, they're always cutting my hair. They're relatively close to campus, like within walking distance. Two guys. I use Jeffrey.
Shout out to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
You got to make sure he listens now.
Yeah, go get a haircut by Jeffrey. He'll hook you up. And then the Item Shop, which is in Uptown Normal. It's across the street from La Bamba. If you've ever had sushi from a Mexican restaurant, good sushi there as well. But the Item Shop is a kind of local pre-owned video game store, and they have a bunch of retro stuff in there. It's a really cool place.
Oh, there you go. There we go. There you have it. And what is your favorite time of year as we get into the cold winter?
It's the cold winter.
Yeah.
I cannot stand being warm or just sweaty in general. So, like, when people need, like, the light lamps for seasonal depression, this is when I get to go outside. So I'm sad when it's summer.
So in the summer, I'm going to find you working somewhere that's really cold. Like
GameStop.
where you get to work in the freezer.
Yeah, I work at GameStop, so.
I was going to say a meat locker, but you don't want to do the cutting. I understand.
No,
but it'd be nice and cold in there for you.
Yeah.
So, but we do appreciate you joining us. Before I go, what are you looking forward to here in this bowling season? You are a senior this year, so I'm guessing last season. What are you kind of looking forward to as you wrap things up?
I'm looking forward to doing better in the second half of our season. It's been a rough start for us, but I mean, we do have a majority of freshmen on the team. So we have a bunch of new dynamics coming into play, and it's just kind of hard to navigate that, and also just the regular everyday difficulties of bowling. So I'm excited for some of the changes to start to settle in place and as we grow as a group. And I'm also excited to see where it's going to go because as team captain, I mean, some choices have to get made of who's going to follow in my place.
Right.
And I think I'm ready to see some new leadership.
Awesome. That's great. Well, Shea, we appreciate you joining us here on Titan Table Talk, and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That'll wrap things up for this episode of Titan Table Talk. I'm your host, Derek Bohlman.